But all right, guys, so I know that some of you are already watching. I'll just quickly introduce further people on YouTube who haven't come over just yet. But hello, welcome to the Amazing Brick Network. My name's Tori Favreau, and I do hope that you're well this evening. It's this evening in Australia in any case. And we are doing the Creator 3-in-1. And you can see so far it's been a really good build. 3.5 hours went by yesterday, and it was just such a good time and thoroughly enjoyed it. So we can just get into that now and see how we go with it all. So we're up to bag number 6. And at the moment, what we've done is we have made the actual main castle itself. There's been a couple of great minifigures. We've also built the water mill, which does move around, and it also does have a function. It's a little bit dark in there, but there's a hammer that strikes. So that is also there. So just to be aware of that. Now, it is suggesting that we can clip these together. So let's have a look and see if they all match up. They do. The grip power isn't the best, though. It comes loose very quickly. What they've done is here they've just got a little hook that you're meant to be gripping onto, and unfortunately it isn't very strong. And as you can see, like this area here also, there's only a couple of single stud areas that are allowing for any sort of contact to be made. And unfortunately, that does not allow for that strong of a hold when you're looking for, some tightness, because at the end of the day, this is meant to like sort of dollhouse out. And I'm not sure what sort of, how hard I'm meant to be shoving this in, but I can tell you right now, I'm actually pulling apart the rest of the build and it still doesn't attach. It still doesn't attach very well. For the moment, I am loath to be wrecking this, any more than what I have to. There's a faint bit of grip to it, but it's certainly not that strong. So just to be aware of that, guys, when you are putting it together, there will be parts there that maybe aren't so great. Now, I can see there's quite a few of you there on Facebook. If you do want to be seen or a shout out, then you need to click into the actual video. I know some of you might just be watching on a browser at the moment, but I think you need to actually go in. For example, I can now see that Mark has entered in and watching. G'day, Mark there. How are you, mate? I hope that you're well. And thank you so much for watching us on Facebook Live. You can chat to me if you do enter there by leaving a comment. I can see it and I can respond. Same thing for you guys who are on YouTube. Type a comment away. And if you do want to support the channel monetarily, you certainly can on YouTube through a thing called Super Chat. So that is entirely up to you though, guys. If you do, you do, and if you don't, you don't. But the system is there in order to help the channel grow. So I've just knocked that when I was trying to put those two together. No idea where it actually fell from, which makes me feel like a bit of a goose. It may actually be one of the parts around the side here. So there we go. That'll do for now. Well, that looks fine. It's been a super fun build, guys. Lots of bricks. I was lucky to get it on special. And we've also got a couple of minifigures that we've pulled out. So the old school knights, which is really cool. But they are different. They're not just your regular smiley face, old school. They are featured, like, for example, that warrior's got a beard, and that's a female warrior that you don't see a lot of. So that is really neat, and I'm super glad that that has been the case. All right, so we are up to bag number 6 of 7. And there have been a lot of bricks per bag, so it won't be one of those cases where it's just built in 5 minutes and you feel like you wasted your time. I promised the previous crew that I would, if I got back in a reasonable time this evening, that I would finish this build live with you guys. So I wanted to keep my word. G'day, Tommy. How are you? I hope that you're enjoying. Thank you for joining us on the Facebook Live side of things. Highly appreciated. Now, this area here looks actually like it's going to be a fair bit of fun. The set itself is big, bigger than what I thought. It's a really nice, and it's actually quite a beautiful set. I I'm extremely happy to be looking at it, to be honest with you. Let's just move those around here and get ready for the finale. It's going to be a skeleton minifigure, I think, in this one here. In fact, I'm sure, because I can see a skeleton head. And don't worry, if you do stick around, if you've watched the show before, you will know that I do review them. And in this case, that is giving you the chance to, if you stay after the build, you'll actually hear me do the review that ends up on the show. So hang around, please, because I will share my thoughts on this. And, you know, as you guys know, I do a lot of content. So I'm hoping that I've got a fair knowledge of what makes a good Lego set and what is a fun Lego set. And, you know, we'll take it from there. If you've built this and, you know, you don't agree with everything I'm saying, that's fine too, because I would love to know anyone's opinion who has actually gone in and made this. Please don't forget, if you do want to support, all you need to do, if you haven't been onto the Amazing Brick Network before, then please go on there on YouTube and subscribe. It does mean a lot. Now, I'm hoping I say this correct, but Suetwing, thank you so much for joining us on Facebook Live. It is appreciated. Alrighty, so let's get this stuff going on here. Now, I'm not sure if we will be graced by the presence of my cat. He does tend to jump up on the build table sometimes. So if he does that, I'll let you say hello to him, and then we'll get him on his way again. Alrighty. Now, I'm just going to dolly down the YouTube camera. There you go. Now, you should be able to see everything a bit more. You guys... you legends over on Facebook, you will be able to see. You've probably got the best view on the house, actually. It's just no good for when I do put it out as a YouTube video at the end. I don't like portrait mode, not on a YouTube video. So we shoot in full high definition and just let everyone enjoy the glorious visuals, because this has genuinely been a fair bit of fun. Some of the techniques that they have used are a little bit debatable, and that's just my own personal opinion. I keep saying, and anyone who does watch regularly, I do think that Lego's becoming a little bit complacent with some of their build techniques, using single studs to try to carry a theme over. I don't think it works. And as a result, you've got some builds that are very wobbly, to say the least. And I think they could be carried out a lot better, in my personal opinion. Don't get me wrong, the end result always looks fantastic. But the issue is there, for longevity and playability, you're not getting what you really want out of it. And that's unfortunate, to say the very least. Hi there, Tanya. I can see you've logged in to have a bit of a look. Thank you so much for joining us there on Facebook chat. That's easy as that, guys. In order to be seen, all you'd need to do is simply click through the link and get the window, I believe, a little bit more open up. Then I can actually see who's there. And, of course, I can give you a shout out and acknowledge you. And the acknowledgement, I think, is important, because you've chosen to spend this time with me. So thank you so very much. Alrighty, so these two come out here. And thank you for attacking my knee, Star-Lord. That is the cat. Hello, boy. He's a good boy. He's like a cat dog. He fetches. Generally comes when he's called. He's pretty good with that. And bearing in mind that he is a kitten. So he's a legend, little fur baby. What are you guys building at the moment? I can see enough of you here that we can have a bit of a conversation. YouTube has gone quiet at the moment. They are logging in and out. But you Facebook crew, you are magnificent at the moment. So you know that I can see you. And, well, you can't see me. But, you know, well, you can. I'll do it like this. I'll just go, hello. 15-second delay on that. So you're all going to be traumatized soon. But let me know what you're building at the moment, please. I'd certainly love any hints or, you know, inspiration for my next build. I have got a lot of Lego to cover, guys. I'm going to be showing you a lot of different builds. I'm excited to do that. and it's just going to be good old-fashioned fun the way that we only know how to. And having done these builds live now, I do think it adds a whole new sort of, a whole new scope to it. It's more inclusive, and it does let you guys see some builds that you may not have been lucky enough to actually get your hands on. An example of that is I just released a video of finishing up the actual haunted house, and it was a lot of fun. So forgive me if I'm stammering and stuttering a little bit. I'm sort of noticing my voice isn't the best, but unless you've heard me talk a lot, you may not even be noticing it. I'm not entirely certain. But bit of a story there, but you can certainly have a look on the Amazing Brick Network channel and just look up the stroke story, and that will fill you in on what's happening with me. But I've been finding that even through all this, the Lego's been super good therapy. Bill Colton, thank you so much for watching, mate. I appreciate your time. Welcome to the build. And if you have any questions or just want to know anything, mate, you type them on in and I'll be able to see them, and it's highly appreciated. We're just having a bit of fun here. Had a few people popping in and out. You guys, it's funny, often on Facebook, it's a little bit all over the place, but tonight it's really solid. So thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. I hope that you guys are having a great evening, if it is evening or a day, no matter where you're living. For me, it is just almost 10:15 at night, and I am in Australia in a suburb called Victoria. A suburb called Victoria, it's a state Victoria, suburb called Geelong. I do apologise there. I was concentrating on one thing while trying to still make banter and small talk. I utterly wrecked that, so that's okay. If you folk want to let me know where you're from, I have travelled a lot of the world, so unless it's somewhere really, really out there, chances are I've been to your country. And if I haven't, then we can certainly discuss that and work out how I can stay with you guys free of charge when COVID is gone. I actually don't think COVID is going to go, unfortunately, but hopefully they will figure out some way of giving a bit more blanket immunity. That would be fantastic. And then we can travel a little bit more safely around the world, because travel is something I certainly enjoy, and it has not been fun not being able to do so. I really do enjoy it. So I'm super keen to know where you're from, and what you like to do, what you've been building. I've had some really interesting responses to that question. There's always these sets that I might not have thought of, or I try to stay on top of these. I'm going to be building some older sets tomorrow during the day. You guys get the sort of exclusive on that during the day, and it may be during some of your nights, unfortunately, but I'm going to be building the Big Mickey and Minnie Mouse, the buildable figure sets, and live streaming the entire build. And it should be good fun. So if you are looking for something to do, why don't you hang out with me tomorrow, and we will build those figures. My friend Ashley is coming over, and she is going to be doing some of the building as well. And we'll see if we can't get her to speak on the video. That will be interesting. So let's keep on going here, though, as this set is pretty darn phenomenal. I really wish that there were more figures in this set. Can you imagine being able to get the whole garrison sort of all set up and ready? I think that would be pretty lovely, to say the least. And just to get more of those old school figures would be brilliant, because they are my favorites. Like the old sets, like my first sets, I might be a bit older than some or most of you, were in I had Lego, but then in 1978 I did get the first Spaceman sets, the classic space sets, and that is my thing big time. So just to let you know that is very, very real and dear to me. Now let's have a look here. going down here. Just move this guy up a little bit. All right. So that guy goes across here. That's better. And then we've been covering a lot of ground with using some of these. It's been good. Generally, I don't like it when they fill out like that, but these areas here have been filled out rather nicely with the use of some of these bricks and some of these larger grey areas here, just to help fill it up just a little bit faster. It has been pretty cool. It's funny now, the majority of the book is over on the left-hand side, so it is giving me just a little bit of grief when it comes to balancing the instructions out there. I'm hoping that if you guys are fans of the old school castles, A&D, welcome, mate. Yeah, thank you. I didn't make it. I'm making this one. I didn't design it, but the set is so awesome. I'm utterly loving it. I'm so glad that you've joined the chat. You're a good supporter of the channel, so thank you so very much. I'm just getting these pieces on here. We had a massive build earlier, and it was so much fun. And I did promise the guys that I'd come back and do the last 2 bags. And I'm really glad that I did. I'm glad that you guys have shown up, and, you know, I'm building with friends, which is always good. But it's certainly nice to get that support. I do appreciate it. It's funny how the different groups wax and wane at the moment now. YouTube's looking quite strong and Facebook's fallen off a little bit. But I guess it's like you duck in, you have a quick look, see what's going on. Is it interesting, or do you have time to commit to watch? And then go on your way. I know I've certainly done that before, even with some of my favourite channels when I'm watching builds. I generally like to hear the banter, and I think one of these days I am going to actually bring someone else on board to chat whilst we are building. I think that might be a bit of fun for you to hear more than one voice. There we are. I was looking in the wrong pile for that. Facebook friends, don't forget, if you want a shout out, I do need you to actually click in that you open up the window properly. If you're just looking through Facebook itself, I can see that you're watching, but I can't see your name. And if anonymity is your thing, of course, I respect that. But if you are wanting a shout out, I need you to actually go into the video link itself. There's nothing in there, nothing in it for me if you do. It's just simply that way I can see who I'm interacting with, which is pretty awesome. I think it's very clever, the technology that they do use now. If you guys have time and you do feel so inclined, if you can help me a little bit with what I'm trying to do by sharing this video that you're watching right now, just sharing it out to your social networks, that would be so appreciated. The aim behind this, if you haven't heard it before, it'll be great. But if you already have before, I'm very sorry. But it's the reason why I do these things is to build the channel up to the point that we are in a financial position to start doing some charity work and also helping people who have done creations for Lego Ideas. Now, you may not know this, but I created the Amazing Brick Network Facebook groups, and each and every one of them. And the idea is, like, we've got about 160,000 members, and to get an idea recognized on Lego Ideas, you only need 10,000 votes. Now, you would think that with that many members in the group, that we would have a good chance at actually getting some of the more deserving builds through to at least the point that Lego is looking at them. So that is the absolute aim, and that is what I want to do to help get builders recognized, because some of you guys are so ridiculously talented. It really puts me to shame. You know, I can build a set. I'm not that good at actually making my own creations, but you guys are phenomenal. I really appreciate you, and I want to be able to help you. So if you do want to get on board with that program, head on over to Facebook, and there is Amazing Brick Network Helping Hands. It's a page, and that page will be where all the action kicks off. Also, if you do want to find out more information, just because you can, then I suggest that you just have a look at a few videos ago. I did a vlog post. It just simply said, you know, if you're making stuff for Lego Ideas, you must watch this video. It wasn't clickbait. It is the truth. I do believe strongly in what I'm doing for everyone, and I hope that it helps you all out in the long run. That would be phenomenal. Okie dokie. So this is all going well. I'm just trying to keep up with both my banter and actually making sure that I don't screw things up too badly. So do bear with me. All right. That guy's there. I'm a really big fan of this set. Like, the alternate builds are cool, but I don't think that I shall be making them. I mainly bought it to make this particular build because I am a big fan of the old school castles. So this will probably be all I do in terms of the build itself. Let's see here. That's all correct. That's all correct. That's correct. So that should mean we can run that there. Okay. So as you can see and appreciate, there is a fair bit going on here. It does look really good, though. I think they've done a fantastic job. It's a beautifully designed castle piece. It is modern, but it still really harkens back to the old school stuff, which, as I've said, I love. And I was saying earlier today, I would be particularly thrilled if Lego did take some encouragement and enthusiasm from this and started making classic space sets again. I've still got to finalize this, but a good friend of the channel and a personal friend of mine, Eric, he did say to me that I can come out and film his classic space collection, which is particularly exciting to me, and it will be for you guys as well, from the simple viewpoint that he actually has been lucky enough to have most of these, or he's got all the classic space sets. What am I talking about? Not most, he's got all of them. Okay, so tell me what is going wrong here. I'm missing by about a stud. This is one of those moments where you do go back and you have a bit of a look, guys, and it's like, oh my goodness me. Apricot Boy, hello. Thank you. Welcome back, mate. Thank you so much for joining us again. I do really appreciate that. That's really cool. Big thumbs up to you, my friend. So we're doing the Creator 3-in-1 Castle, and it's been going really, really well. Did a 3.5-hour stream earlier, and now I'm just figuring out, as usual, why I may have missed something. Why have I made a mistake? Why? Because the thing that has freaked me out a little bit is, let's have a look here. Oh, I know why. Because I'm silly. There we go. I can fix this with one foul swoop. And gracious me, honestly, silly. All right, I think that fixed it. Yep. That's looking good. Actually, is it? Is it looking good, Tori? Oh, goodness gracious me. It's not looking good. And I'm an adult. How much of this can I fix up? Oh, no, it's okay. A&D just said, I saw a review on this set and the features are great. Lego's come a long way. You know what? I 100% agree with you. I do think, looking at the way I'm building, I have not come a long way. But as I fix my mistakes live, yeah, they certainly have. And the things that people are doing with bricks now, oh my goodness me, you can see the evolution. And just as people learn more and more crazy techniques, it's funny to think that with a static sort of set of bricks, I'm trying not to explode things here, with a static set of bricks, just how much can actually be achieved. It's quite incredible, to say the very least. Now that should be okay. Goodness me, that was so silly. Oh no, they're in one. But yeah, some of the techniques, and that's one of the things I love so much about Lego, is the fact that you do have sets where essentially you're building with the same bricks over and over again. But as we all know, it's just such an amazing, fun thing that they will keep learning new ways of dealing with all this. So I am a massive fan. I think it is super clever. But they are to be congratulated on providing such a different experience constantly, but with the same bricks. It's really quite incredible. And now that should be okay too. I'll put those on. I've done all that. That all lines up and is fine. Okay, so now popping this in here. All right, and that'll just need some strengthening up. Don't forget, friends, if you do have any questions, even if they're not related to this build, if you just want to know about the channel or something that, you've wondered about what I do, then certainly feel free to ask away. I'm generally a pretty open book, so feel free to ask away. Give me just a moment, though. I am going to quickly grab a drink because I've been chatting for a bit. Hello. Good boy. You rest, you've been nice and warm. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. I saw the YouTube camera jump, so I know something happened there. Facebook friends, hello. Come and visit. Click on the link. Okay, so this now, all right, that's fair enough. That lives like that. Big breadstick. For some reason back in the day, they kept their bread in a barrel. Go figure. Who am I to question the medieval things? The medieval ways. If bread went in a barrel back then, I'm sure Lego would know about it. Now, this is one of the ones, I don't know why. I know that it's probably makes sense from a building perspective, but I don't like what I'm doing at the moment here, where they just get the, you know, the little crate thing, fill it up with some fruit and veggies, and you just tip it on its side. It's like, all right, well then, you know, welcome to that. That's a bit lazy. Of course, I don't know a better way of them doing it. I don't know if it's because I don't like the ready-made crate. I don't know. Just not a fan. Let me tip you down a little bit more if I can, YouTube guys, so as you can hopefully see that. Yes. Yes, that's far better. Okay. So that's there. That's there. Oh, nice. Okay. So I'm loving some of the vibrant colors. I really like the flags at the back there. They look super cool. Mr. Skellingbones is here as well. Got to make his body up. Oh, he's been, poor bugger. He's been locked away for so long. He's about to go into a prison cell. I just looked ahead. Sorry, spoiler alert. Welcome to the chat, Ashley. Long time no see indeed. Now, Ashley, Ashley's chatting via YouTube. I have already dobbed on you to everyone who was on here earlier, and there were a few more people, that we may be making the Mickey and Minnie Mouse set tomorrow. And it's going to see if I could coax you into talking whilst building. No pressure. Building the cell here. That looks cool. And I do love how they've got the gold bit on here, and that's looking pretty swell as well. Put that door on. You can still get away at the moment. I mean, it's not the most intimidating of cells, I'll tell you right now. But we'll get there. Andrea, hello. Adam, hello. And John, g'day. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us over there on Facebook Live. It's highly appreciated. And yes, Ashley just said that she's quite keen to do the build, which will be good fun. It's going to be a massive, massive live feed tomorrow. I'm going to have to make sure I've got enough battery power on everything. Might even have to direct wire up some of these cameras instead of just letting them run off their battery. but it's going to be a lot of fun. The set is beautiful. It's long overdue that I made it. I did get it when it first came out to show you guys, and just life got hectic, as did Lego. And as you can see by looking back on some of the more recent videos, I'm trying to stay on top of it all. But one, as you know, because we're all Lego fans, massive financial commitment, and you can't always keep up with it. But I try to let you know when new sets are coming out, keep you up to date with all that sort of thing, and generally just have a bit of fun with you. So do stay tuned. We'll be doing the Mickey and Minnie, and as a bit of a, not a retro look because it's still not too old, but then I will be doing the Creator 3-in-1. And I'm sorry, Ashley's making me laugh, and I'll tell you what she said in a second. Yeah, I'll be doing the Creator 3-in-1 Ferris wheel, and I've got so much more out there. I've got the Nintendo to do for the channel. I'm really stoked about that. I have got the grand piano to do. Got the tree house to build for you. So all those sets that you may have gone, geez, I wish I got that. Well, I was lucky enough to get it. So together we shall build it and have the opportunity to talk about it. So that's going to be really cool. Now, the thing I was laughing about, and I honest to God is, as you can see, I don't draw these on for fun. They're actually there forever. Lego life. So Ashley just said when she assists me tomorrow, she may actually have to get on board and draw Lego on her knuckles. Little does she know that tomorrow I'll have my friend Paul, who's a tattoo artist, in, and she will be leaving the studio, aka my house, with a permanent reminder of her visit and Lego being tattooed on there forever. What do you think of that? It's not really going to happen, and I'm sure that if Paul's watching, and he often does listen in, he will be absolutely disgusted with me for saying so. Or he'll love it. Who knows? It's Lego. He's a big fan. Now, a friendly reminder, if you guys, you're the Australian viewers, I don't know if it's like this all over the place, but basically at the moment, guys, our Kmart stores in Australia have got the video characters, and they are really cheap. They're like $10 each. They used to be about 25 or so when they came out. So this is a good opportunity to get some. I've got all but one, and I really need to remember tomorrow to pick up the last one so as I can complete the set. I do not care for the boom boxes themselves, but I will be absolutely parting them all out as spare parts. But I really, really love the minifigures. So I think that that will be something well worth getting into. And in just a moment, I will show you what that looks like, so that, you know, if it's something you do want, then I don't know if video is failing, and I'll show you, like, it's spelt weird. So let me just quickly go and grab one of those for you in just a second here. He's in there. No, I just wanted to show them the Lego video boxes that are in that bag there, I think. Oh, no, the little guy. Oh, there's one we prepared earlier. Thank you, Ash. And she made me laugh because we're talking about tomorrow. And I was actually trying to explain stuff to, well, at that time, a fair few people, and I just started laughing.
Yes.
And she can hear Star-Lord.
Yeah.
These guys, so the music video maker, the Beatbox, I personally think, unless you're a little kid, that is trash. But you do have all these. So earlier, a good friend of the channel, Aussie Adam Bricks, he's just said he's just going to use these parts to make a record shop with all these little records that are there. And I think that's a really cool idea. They are pre-printed. So that is something to get into. But yeah, I just wanted the minifigures. That's why I bought all the spare minifigures that were there before, when they first came out. They were like $5 each. They were quite easy to get a set. So definitely something that was enjoyable. Now, let me just quickly regain my thoughts and see where I'm up to here. Yes, I am still on top of it. Just, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's have a look here. Slowing down because we're having such a fun chat, and you know what? I think stuff like that is certainly worth it. Now, Star-Lord is being weird. Star-Lord is my cat. And I know he's just got out. But basically, he's got the run of the entire house, including both mine and Ash's bedrooms. And he's decided now his cat carrier, which he didn't love too much in the past, has now become his best friend. And it's near the heater, and it gets really toasty and warm. So he basically just goes in there and loves himself sick because it's so warm inside. Though it's warm everywhere. He's a very, very, very lucky cat. But when you're the best cat in the world, it's sort of hard to have nothing but the best. You know, like I said, the cat fetches. All right. Okay, so flipping this around here, you can see the build is going beautifully in terms of how the cell and all that sort of situation looks. I can't wait to actually be able to lock that skeleton up. Otherwise, he's going to think we're not serious about this. It does look as though I can see a prison wall coming up soon. So we will keep building, guys, and make sure that we do lock up the skeleton once and for all to make sure that he's, well, let's face it, he's been locked up for so long, his flesh has actually rotted. So I'm sure that he's paid enough penance, but let's go a little bit harder. Alrighty, so now building a window. I'm loving those. They look so neat. All right. We're almost done with bag 6. We'll be moving on to bag 7, the final bag, in just a moment. Or rather, probably in about 5 minutes. Okay, so that's there. Oh, it looks as though the skeleton can actually escape from this prison. And I don't know why we're letting him escape, because, like, he's a murderous criminal skeleton. But maybe he did some charity work in the past as well. I don't make these rules, guys. I just talk about them like a fool. All right, so let's have a look here. Clips in here but on that bit. And then there's a nice fit, but you can also grab that. That is a handle. And then you can release the skeleton to start getting stabby with everyone again. All right. Rotating around. And I do not know why Star-Lord just ran from out the back, but he looked like he was escaping. In addition to being the world's best boy, was he being the world's naughtiest boy? Good chat. And let's have a look here. Look at the instructions properly, Mr. T. There we are. That moves there. That's there. And that is there. Oh, shucks. Now, guys, as I keep saying, in case you are visiting YouTube or Facebook afterwards, if you do have time and you are enjoying what we're doing here, we also do, in addition to builds, we do reviews. We also show builds by people out there in the Lego community in general. So there's a good chance to help support builders, and I would really appreciate it if you do like that sort of thing. If you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, that's where you'll be able to get the notifications and other bits and pieces that do tell you when we are posting that sort of content. We do also interview creators, though we haven't done so for a while, so I'm quite keen to get that ball back up and rolling. That is for sure. If you do know of someone who's doing some pretty cool things with Lego, then please do let us know. Daniel Lopez, welcome back, mate. Good to see you there, and I hope that you are well. We are doing bag 6 of 7 of the 3-in-1 Creator Castle. So we've still got a bit of time left. This has taken 45 minutes, mainly because I've gas bagged so much. But yeah, so we've still got a fair bit of time to spend together and get this done. Let's have a look here. So this is a well with the bucket in it. And what are they doing here? So get that in there. Now I think that well is just going to sit not actually connected to anything, unfortunately. And a little froggy. All right, it's a neat looking little well though. Personally, don't know about you guys, don't like it when Lego does stuff that just has stuff sitting off to the side. It doesn't feel like it's complete. If you're going to do it like that, then you may as well simply give us the ground on the set to put it out that far. That would be a far better thing, Mr. Lego. Daniel asked from Facebook, where did you get it? Daniel, now, if you're referring to the set, I bought this one at an Australian Target store down in a suburb called Warren Ponds. And, yeah, they were having it on special because it was normally 150 Australian dollars. And I believe from memory I got it for 119. So I was very fortunate with that. But, yeah, so from a Target store. Hey there, Frank. Thanks for coming back. Frank has visited us before on a couple of other builds. Thank you, mate. I love the fact that I'm seeing some recurring faces. It's really appreciated, guys. And, you know, hopefully it means that you're enjoying this as much as I enjoy chatting to all of you. Now, on this particular last bag, we've got to make a tower to go above the little prism, and there's also a green dragon. So the dragon, it looks okay. It's nothing to set the world on fire, and I guess it isn't the main, you know, part of the build, but it's still a neat little feature. Like I said, though, like to give us three minifigures for this massive build, oh, and a skeleton that we've got to lock away, it's sort of a bit crazy. I do wish that we'd had about 10 of those soldiers. Frank says he loves this set. I'm so glad, man. I do too. We've almost wrapped it up. It's going to be getting quite a favorable review that I'll be recording live for you guys, but also that will come out on the regular show that people can watch on YouTube. So we'll get there. Okay. I am really hoping that this is a bit of a litmus test to check the viability of these sets back out, like Lego sort of testing us to see if we would still purchase, you know, sets that do look like the OG sets, because this is an absolute banger. It's a winner. The price, look, there are a lot of bricks here, and generally the thing I do love with these, like for the major build uses almost all the bricks, and the smaller sets don't. Like the alternate builds, I'll quickly show you the booklet. They're the alternate builds. and Frank has just rocked my world. He's just told the group, I bought 3 sets. I'm currently building the mock that's available on Rebrickable. I am utterly intrigued by what that might look like. Frank, if you don't mind, just probably because it wouldn't work so well in this live chat environment, if you wouldn't mind messaging me the link or a photo, or maybe you can even post it to Facebook. Can you send me a photo of what the Rebrickable build would look like? I'm not going to go and buy 3 of these sets, but that sounds really cool. And if it wasn't for the fact that I have invested so much money in Lego lately, it would seem like a really, really great idea. I was actually saying earlier, I really wish that some of our guys were tackling it on the Amazing Brick Network and, creating some stuff. Some of the guys from the Castles group, I think that would be super cool. But either way around, if there's alternate builds, that is fantastic. And the guys who create on Rebrickable, they're phenomenal. So be super keen to show you some of that content. That is for sure. And Star-Lord is making his presence known down below. If you guys are familiar with the famous cat Star-Lord, he's got his own TikTok, Star-Lord the Cat 72, where you'll get to have a look at my cat and some of his amazing things, other than the fact he's too cute for words. And Star-Lord loves Lego, but he does love basically just smashing it around with his paws. Crazy boy. All right. I was saying earlier, generally I don't like it when they make walls out of this element, but they've actually done a decent job with this one, so I can't complain too much. Well, I can complain because it's in my nature, but, it would be a false complaint, and I wouldn't want to do one of them. Okay, so these are like the windows that I did before. They're more like the slots for arches. They're super clever, and they are really, really effective. So I'm keen to show you what they look like. Give me just a moment here. There we go, and I'm sure there'll be another one to do. All right. So in terms of the actual castle, I can see us running out of the bricks here. So job well done, guys. And I'm so grateful to everyone for just how much they've participated. It's made a massive build a lot of fun. And extra special thanks to those folks who were kind enough to send super chats through YouTube. That's greatly appreciated, and it will assist greatly in allowing me to be able to afford more Lego to show you guys. We'll keep tipping it back into the channel until, as I said, eventually I do want to start that charity work. So we'll get there, guys. It's just a matter of time, and we are going from strength to strength, and it is really because of you guys. I mean, I know I'm putting out the content, but you guys make it so worthwhile. It's just been absolutely a privilege to be able to do this and make new friends and have those interactions. So don't think for a second that I take any of that for granted or lightly. We're still a very, very young channel, and every little bit of help that you guys provide is certainly acknowledged, seen. The Amazing Brick Network isn't that big that stuff like that goes sight unseen. Frank's just sent through a whole heap of stuff, so allow me to read that because it's quite interesting. It's amazing. I'm only halfway through. I'll send you some pics for sure. I build the 3 Lego builds first, but I wasn't happy with the way they all go together, and I wanted a castle to sit beside the blacksmith that did the blacksmith justice. Yeah, of course. On a side note, the blacksmith is another amazing set. The dragon is fun too, mate. Thank you so much for letting me know all that stuff, Frank. I do appreciate it, dude. I'm keen. I did pick up the blacksmith set. That's another one that I do need to put together. So stand by on that one because, you know, it's going to be Lego a go-go. Now, let me just see where we're up to here. That archer's slot has been put in there. Now we've gone up higher, and that's all fine. And that was Star-Lord going crazy underneath the build table. Literally going crazy. Oh, well, he's got to run off some energy, I guess. All right, so of course. All right, I nearly made a mistake. So now I feel very on under the pump, Frank, because as you know, I make mistakes constantly when I'm building, and you've already done this set, so I'm performing for an audience that has actually built it. You're the first person to tell me that you've made it, so thank you for doing so. I now shall have to be super careful. And of course I'm kidding. You know what I'm like. I don't really care if I make a mistake. I'll just tell you. It's sort of funny too. You don't have to worry so much. Like when I put out the more or less official build video, that happens to be, you know, it's done at 20 times the speed. So people tend to not see it. Is that right? No, that's right. Okay, I'm glad I noticed that. Otherwise, you would have laughed. Well, you wouldn't. You would have just pitied the fool. Okay, so they're all on there. That looks good. Covering all this up. There we go. Turn that back around. What are you doing, crazy boy? Something very sad is at the moment I'm really not sure where I can store this. We don't have a lot of display room, and things typically get to have a life of, I'd say, about a month, depending on the set. Then they need to be packed up again, just the way it is. And I think I overdid this because I'm doing things that aren't even in the instructions. Frank, why didn't you stop me? That's on you, mate. I'm just kidding, of course. Frank writes, there's some great alternate builds for the Blacksmith too. You could sink a bomb into that set, no doubt. He goes, to be fair, you're multitasking, so errors happen. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. It's been a little bit nuts lately. What are you doing, fella? Now, any bet in the next couple of moments, the cat is going to attack the knee. He does it through the tablecloth that is underneath this little build station here. I don't know why. It's like, what's tantalizing about my knee? Thank goodness I'm wearing pants, because otherwise he's got sharp little claws. He's not a malicious scratcher, but it still hurts. They're like little razors. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I just removed them. Lego. Oh, well, even though he's jumping around like a lunatic, he's purring, so that's a good thing. Whatever he's chewing on does warrant investigation, though. Sorry. Being a... what are you eating, mate? So I've got to be a good fur dad. Ah. Yeah, boy, you can have that. No. No. How about instead you have the thing that I actually bought you to play with? How does that sound? Ready? Ready? Fetch. Good boy. All right, hopefully that's got him going for now. The dragon was my favorite part of this set. That's really good to know. No sarcasm intended at all, because I am keen to have a crack at it. I do want to enjoy it. So let's just find out. I'd love to be wrong. I tell you one I know I'm not wrong about, even though I haven't bought it. I'm not a fan of the Creator alligator. That thing does nothing for me. It's not because it's a bad. It's not that it's a bad set. It just certainly isn't my cup of tea. Excuse me. All right, that's all looking good. Now, oh wow. Thank goodness that all broke off in one bit. I think, yeah, it did. Okay, so see, Frank, this is what I'm talking about. Exploding Lego. Thank goodness this time it was fairly easily fixed. No, no, thank goodness he's playing with the little little cat thing that I've got him. If you're on YouTube, I'd be able to aim the camera around in a fixed position. Yes. Oh, hey, Adam. Welcome, mate. I was just talking about you just before, in a positive and very flattering light, of course. But, yeah, it was an easy fix, thank goodness, that particular part. But, you know, that's that sound that you hear. It's just like, it's a bit crazy. And as it's getting later, my bit of, well, it's not terrible, but a bit of my motor function is not as good as it could be. But like I said, not terrible, just not as good as it could be. This is a cool little effect. I do like how they've got us doing this. I tend to find that my left hand doesn't grip quite as well, so generally more of the mistakes are made when I'm trying to make contact using that hand. but the way the camera's set up, I do separate like on the right hand side, and you guys are getting to see more of the build than I'd normally than what I'd show normally. I found that since I started doing the live stuff, a lot of the bricks end up showing up on the final build video, which I guess doesn't matter. I tend to like to try to clear it all off, but it's just a little bit harder when you're working on a larger set like this. And it is utterly gorgeous. It's so worth the money. I am a fan, and I'm super keen now, Frank, that you said that the Dragon's good. I am super keen to give that a shot because I value your opinion, mate. And I'm sure it's going to be fun anyhow, because let's face it, it's Lego. All right, so that is all going around there like that nicely. And how are we attaching these? Okay, like that. That's good. Just got to make sure I'm doing this right, because I keep feeling like I'm missing little bits. And of course I am. There we are. I love the color scheme on this. It's so incredibly cool. That's better. There we go. It's certainly not an excuse. It is just the truth. But I have found since I had that episode, I do sometimes I just skip stuff. I tend to look, or directly after it happened, Ash noticed that when I was sitting on the couch, I was just staring off to the right all the time. It made me feel like I was going nuts because there was nothing over there to look at. But that has corrected itself a lot. But I am finding with written instructions, I'll tend to do a little bit of what's on the left page, and then for some reason my brain just wants to go straight over to the right-hand side, and then I have to look back because I can see there's bricks there that weren't there, and it's like, oh my goodness me, you know, what happened? But we do get there. We do some good builds together, so it's certainly not the end of the world. It's just adjusting to change. I'm trying to. I like how that fit together. That's really neat. Okay, so now these bad boys need doing. All things said and done, it has proven to be a very satisfying build, and as I said before, made even more so by the fact that you guys have been good enough to share the experience with me. It's been lots of fun. No, I'll absolutely be having a good crack at the Dragon, Frank. In fact, you guys will see me make him. So it's all about having fun. It's fun. I value your opinion. So we're going to be building this bad boy. Let me tell you right now. But I will get this done first. We're building the roof there. It would have been cool if somehow you could have like a catapult, or sorry, a crossbow, one of those big mounted crossbows there. But you know, Lego doesn't make weapons, even though they're the biggest arms dealers on the planet. I always feel like saying, come on, Lego, just make me some weapons. Feel like we're nearly there, guys. So let's get ready to make a dragon in just a moment. Hello there, Pascal. Thank you for joining on Facebook Live. I appreciate you entering. If you do want to chat, feel free to do so, my friend. That would be pretty spectacular. That's super cool. I like it a lot. Such a satisfying build. And I did drop a bit then that I would have regretted. The helmet from the where the blacksmith works. I actually do think I would, the way it's done, it's literally just stuck on a stick in there. It's so unsatisfying, that particular part. The helmet just sort of lolls around, and they should have provided a minifigure head to put inside the helmet, maybe a black or even a clear one, just so as you wouldn't feel like you're going to lose it every time you move the building about. Another flag. Up top here. Hi, Justine. Thanks for joining us on Facebook Live. Do appreciate you being here. I hope that you're well. You've come in at, we've just finished building the actual castle itself. I'm just lifting up the camera here for the YouTube and my build camera. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to clear this Lego to one side for now, and that should go around this side. Frank, I will tell you this right now, buddy, I did find the way that these all connected to be quite ordinary. They are holding together now, but it did take a couple of shots. Okay, this I am a fan of, and let me just, I like sticking these down with the figures here. So we could have a soldier maybe there. Oh no, it is meant to attach, so hopefully I can get it to. Yes. All right. Check that out, guys. What a lovely build. I really, really like it. Put this guy up here. Or gal, actually. Stand to attention, sir. And the sharp-eyed would notice that I actually knocked her spear out of her hand. There she goes. Back and ready for business. In case you haven't seen, I will do this on the review, but it does lift up, and there's a mechanism behind also to lower it. So now it's sort of locked into position. It's super clever. And just by pushing a little lever on the side, you can then lower it down again. I would probably weight it somehow to make it fall open. It doesn't really want to do so. And yes, I do agree. For 120 bucks, it is great value for money. Absolutely. So that is the castle part done for now. Of course, we are going to review it. And that's the water wheel for it. That's really cute as well. But one of the things I will need to do at some point there is get this helmet back inside so as they can work on it. And hopefully I remember to do that when I do the review, because I'm not going to do it right now. I might just leave it here as a little visual prompt. And now we're going to build a dragon, guys. Alrighty, so I love the green colors. I did notice at the start, and I did make this observation, the instruction book is not very accurate with its representation of green. In terms of like these parts here that you can all see, it did actually represent, in my booklet at least, as a very bright green. So I was constantly looking around thinking, well, where is this? Where are the parts I need? And you'd have to keep reminding yourself, no, they've just buggered it up. So that's something I will be addressing too. And if you guys do hang around, you're going to hear the review live. and it's the review that I do that makes it into the final video that I put out when I just say, blah, blah, part review and speed build. You guys are watching the speed build now, which is actually the slow build. I speed it up for people who are time poor and try to make it within, say, 10 to 20 minutes. Let's face it, at the end of the day, most people skip the speed build and just see what it looks like at the end, or they just watch the review. And I'm very privileged to be able to show you these reviews, and I know that sometimes it can impact your buying patterns, so I don't take that responsibility lightly. It's like when I did the, I've still got to finish editing the video, but it should be up tomorrow. I did the Creator 3-in-1 fish tank, and I have pointed out a lot of faults, but also a lot of positivity with it as well. So you'll hear the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not going to hide any of it from you. Frank, I think I do know why I was feeling a bit weird about doing the build, because I remember, and you may have seen the video that I did some time ago, but I did the story of Nian, which was had a beautiful Chinese dragon on it. But I do remember that just repeating, these ball joints over and over and over, I didn't like it. Doesn't look as though there's as many to have to cover this time around. But yeah, that was my big thing that I didn't enjoy. And I can see now, like, there's not too many scales and other bits and pieces, but it's just not my thing. Okay, so that's that one there. Now, this is good use of this element. I do like the fact that you've got like that sort of leaf, and that is going to be the, the end of the tail. I do like that. That's pretty cool. All right, so now going to be looking after a bit of the neck, it looks like. The jaws do look pretty cool. All right, so we're doing the head now. Okay, so Ashley's saying on YouTube there you can't see properly. As in you can't see my hands, or you can't see at all? Hi there, Kevin. Thank you so much for watching. I'll lower the camera a little bit, if that's what you mean. And if it's not, then I don't know what else to do. But there we go. Hopefully that does fix that, and thank you for letting me know. Has that fixed that now, though? I have lowered it down. I think it has. I can see my hands now. I'm guessing that I couldn't have if I was looking before. I was too focused on the dragon. So they went over there like that. Oh, good. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate the feedback there, and always please, my regular friends, do call attention to when I'm screwing up with the cameras, because at the end of the day, I want it to be enjoyable for everyone. And sometimes I get a little bit engrossed. For example, as I've said before, the YouTube camera's there, but the build camera's directly below it. The Facebook camera gets a full view because it's in portrait mode. But yeah, always let me know, guys, like you just did. It's really appreciated. I thought that might come off. There we are. And that's there. That's really cool. And are they going to be side profile eyes, maybe? That'll be neat. Okay. Maybe. I thought that was really cool as well. Adam just said cool leaf pieces for ears. I think that's really clever too, dude. And also check this out on the tail. That's really neat. I do like that. That's innovative. And that's one of the reasons why I think Lego is so clever. Well, at least their designers are, because they just keep thinking of ways that we can use the same elements over and over, yet feel like we are building something or using an element for the very first time. And I don't know if you guys heard earlier my rant against brick-built birds. I hate doing them. And they have a whole heap of these stupid things around near the watermill, and they don't even fit there properly. Or I did it wrong, but at the end of the day, they suck. All right. Put some toothy teeth in. Get some teethy tooth in. I like this. It's sort of a reverse. Try to straighten him up. That's pretty neat. Oh, wow. He's actually spewing fire in it. So that's pretty cool. To see, they should have had an incinerated minifigure. That would have been neat. I don't ask for a lot, guys. And that goes in here. Oh, that's really cool. Check that out. Yeah, absolutely. It's great NPU. Pretty good. All right. So let's see what we're making now. That part there. And that part there. Yeah, that's neat. I love when they do stuff like that. It's just such a neat fit. Is there a release date?
No, it's actually got like the fabric.
Check that out. I will try to find better images of that, but that looks really cool, the camper van. I know they've done it several times and it's loosely based off the Combi, but that looks awesome. So you saw it here first, or unless you saw it on Instagram before here, but you know what I mean. I'm well intentioned. I was just trying to think then, and I'm guessing that this is there's rules, I think, that like for the traditional dragons, and I believe it's the Japanese dragons that don't have forearms. I think the Chinese dragons do. Just a bit of trivia. Someone might know better.
August 1st.
Hmm?
August 1st.
Oh, okay. August 1st, if you saw that Combi.
269.
And for a truckload of Australian dollars. They actually make me cry. Hi there, Nan. Hope you're enjoying. Paul, thank you for joining us on Facebook Live. As we do get near the end of the build, and Frank, I've got some bad news to tell you, mate. Unless I've knocked them off the build table, I'm having the worst luck with pieces. But I think maybe I'm missing a piece. I will check the bag just in case. I'd rather blame me. But in fact, let's just blame me because it's fun. Let's fix that up. Maybe that'll be better. I was like, what's going on? Yeah, it's just me being an idiot. There we go. His little dainty teeth have been, or feet have been fixed up now. Little Mr. Ball joint. There we go. Grr. A dragon has 4 limbs. A wyvern has 2. Do me a favor, just because, oh, no, I'm just going to look it up. Yeah, look, 100% I'm wrong. Where's the dog? Are you talking about my dog Cat that you can hear? He's playing with his little ball toy over there. And yeah, it's a sort of a tough one because the camera that I use for YouTube, I can maneuver, but the Facebook camera is fixed, in a fixed position, I'm sorry. Okay, so those legs go on. Oh, this is a bit different. At the very end of the build, I will, if as long as he promises to be good, I'll bring him up on the build table. Oh, no, I shouldn't, because otherwise I'm just teaching him it's okay to do it. He does still jump up. He's pretty good. He'll jump down as soon as I, say get down, but he obviously knows he's not meant to be there. They're cool claws for the dragon there. I do like that. All right. Mark, thanks for joining us on the chat there, mate. Frank says Warcraft geeks will correct me. Yeah, he does want to help build Lego. Let me tell you right now, he wants to knock it off the table, and given half the chance, he will. But no, he's. I wish I could show you. He's basically there's this. I've got this toy. I don't want to take it off him because he's playing with it, but it's got these ping pong balls on tracks inside it, and basically he just hits that, and the balls spin around. They don't go all over the place, but he literally can hit the ball around to himself. And it was a $9, like I think, a Kmart purchase. And yeah, he absolutely digs it. So it's good that he's having fun with it. Interesting. Very interesting. So this dragon has. Well, you're saying that. Were you saying, Frank, that this is a wyvern? Is that correct? Just we kept using the term dragon, but this one has only 2 legs. So if I was Jar Jar Binks, I'd say Misa confused. Well, I did just say it, but I'm not Jar Jar Binks. Thanks, guys. I can see you giving me the thumbs up. It's highly appreciated, and it certainly helps with everything in terms of promoting the channel. And I'm not sure how all the YouTube algorithm stuff works. I'm still really trying to learn that, but I'm sure it helps. All right, so let's get the dragon positioned. The more I try, the worse he stands. So I'm just going to throw those down there and have him sort of looking a bit mean and low to the ground. All right. So first things first, congratulations. You guys have very patiently built this wonderful set with me. It is all done. And leftover bricks, there weren't many, all things considered. Just that small pile there. So without further ado, I am going to do the review. And I know it's a bit of a rhyme, but it's just the way it is. All right. So there we are, guys. Get to see everything. And let's have a look here. I might actually just bring that in a tad. There we go. That's working out quite well. Good boy. You're a good boy. All right. So give me just a moment here and we'll get into it. Hey, buddy. Hello. Now, this isn't for you to play with. Alrighty, guys. So we're about to do the review stage of it, and I hope you do enjoy that. It's always a good bit of fun, and obviously it's like what I am for the end result. All right, so I'll just get this recording, and away we will go on this one, guys. Hey there, folks. Welcome to the Amazing Brick Network. My name's Tori Favreau, and I hope that you're really well and enjoying your day as you watch this video. So we got around to building the Lego Creator 3-in-1 castle. That is Lego set number 31120. As you can see, it's a beautiful looking set, harkening back to the classic days of castles. And of course, there are 3 builds in this particular set. My focus was on doing the castle. However, I will bring the instruction booklet into frame so that you can see there are some great alternate builds there as well. I won't be building them, though that does interest me a lot, that tower there, but I do like the castle in its current form, and I don't think I'd want to muck around with that too much. Retailing at 159 Australian dollars. You can find this on special at certain retailers, and it is well worth the price of admission, let me tell you right now. The build itself is solid. There are 7 bags contained within, and the whole process was a lot of fun. In particular, I did love the fact that you did get a couple of minifigures, though a downside in my opinion. I don't think you got enough minifigures, and that's not because minifigures are my thing, as we all know. It is just simply there is a whole like castle here, and it's even got like internals. It's got a marketplace. It's got a blacksmith. There's no ruler in there. There's only 2 guards. Seriously, if you just want to get into this place, you're getting in. Now, some interesting little features are the drawbridge does have a crank feature that you can bring it up. It's on the side here, and turning that around, we'll see the drawbridge brought up nice and easily. There's also a release feature behind it, which we'll be able to see in a moment. But just for this, you lift it up, and then the drawbridge will fall back down. Essentially, you do make this in a solid 3-part build, and it starts off with the front fascia there, and moving around gradually. Look at the beautiful detail there. It does look fantastic. And then eventually working its way around to the watermill. The watermill, I'll just lower the camera so as you can see that. It does move, okay? Now we will do this and then we'll bring it back up. But yeah, it does move around. And as it does, there's an internal action that was absolutely pleasing to see. And it actually makes an anvil smite a sword. And it is most definitely a lot of fun. So well worth doing and thoroughly enjoyable. Now, there's a clever little hook system that does hold the parts together here. And hopefully these do come apart just as easily. All right, so you can see this little part in here. That is what does connect through a series of like claw and then release feature. And so you can dollhouse this out for great effect, and it allows you to see the entire build, which is nothing short of stunning. That is absolutely for sure. Now you can see the mechanism up here for the drawbridge, and that is the release feature that does allow it to drop back down. It's super clever. It's elegant yet simple in design, and I am a massive fan of it. I thought it was really, really well done. As you can see, you've got a market down here. You've even got a skeleton that is trapped inside that prison there. But if you ever do want to jailbreak him, they did bring in a clever feature here where this door will open and you can access Mr. Skellington to let him escape. As I said, it feels a bit lonely in the castle set, and I do wish there was a lot more in the terms of minifigures, but all in all, the whole process was great fun. Now, I built this over roughly, let's have a look here, 4.5, 5 hours, the 7 bags, and that was during a live build with a whole heap of magnificent people who logged in, chatted away, and we had so much fun doing this. So if you do have the chance to build with a friend, make sure that you do. You've got the blacksmith there, and there's lots of detail, though one of the silly details I noticed was just simply that he's got a suit of armor in here, as you can see, and there is simply a stick there for this helmet as I'm dropping it, but it goes on here, and they're hard to access when you get in there. It's very precarious, and I did find it got knocked around a lot. The access there to the parapets was really good. I did like that. I thought that was a solid piece of building there. And all in all, the play functionality of this is really good. I think you could build this up, and definitely the kids could get their minifigures and have a absolute ball of a time with it. It holds up that well. Now, if you're looking at the market there, I do love the color work. I love the details here, considering, you know, this is a 3-in-1 creation. And also, just to bring it to your attention, I'll just get this back together again. There we go. To bring it to your attention, I do love the fact that with all of this building, and this is the primary build for this 3-in-1, but for all this, all you have left over is this Lego here. Now I'll push it into frame so as you can see. There we go. There is not a lot of leftover Lego. Some of the banes of my existence that were in this set were just simply around the watermill. Lego loves its brick-built birds, and I can tell you right now, Lego, I despise your brick-built birds. So these are the pieces of trash that you do have to make, and for some reason they wanted us to pop them all around in here somehow, and ultimately they just all wanted to fall off. So I don't know. I'd rather have them roosting all over the place, though they don't really seem to have a very good home within this set. I would just place them around as you would, just to see them hit somewhere, if that's your intention. But for me, I mean, they're just better used as bricks. I mean, why are there birds there? Who really cares? Use those bricks and give me some more minifigures. That would have been amazing. Solid piece of work here. I understand here we do have like your detail, your overlooking areas. They're on nice and strongly. I didn't think they would be, but they hold up really well. And ultimately, I think you could even be a little bit rough with this set and you wouldn't lose too much. Some of the building techniques earlier on, though, you will find, guys, that possibly you will find it frustrating. Some of these bricks only connect using 1 or 2 studs when they should have utilized a lot more. This is a fault I'm seeing with a lot of Lego sets now, and I feel like I'm complaining about it every time I'm reviewing a new set, and I certainly don't mean to, because I do think these sets are things of beauty. But this single stud connection nonsense that Lego seems to be doing at the moment, it's poor design, and it is just assuming that everyone's so nimble-fingered that it won't impact or affect them. Some of the other things I would have liked to have seen as well, around the moat area here, which I do think is lovely, but I do think it could have been realised a bit better with some, see the birds, they go away, with some more translucent plating here to give the water that shimmering effect. Maybe they considered that to be a little bit too much of an advanced technique, considering that they're trying to stay true to this set's classic origins. I love this. It is worth the price of admission. I give it a 9 out of 10 in terms of its appearance. The fact you've got 3 builds there, and the only reason it's missing a higher score is just the absolutely terrible outlook with only 3 minifigures here. This particular place is going to be stormed and raided. No one is ever going to be able to hold it in place. And these guys are just lucky that I've got way more of these old school minifigures that I can populate this beautiful little castle with. What are your thoughts if you've owned this set? If you've made it already, please do pop a comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts on the build. And finally, we do need to get into this just before I do say goodbye. The set is also accentuated with the natural enemy of a castle, and it is a dragon. So basically, fire coming out of the mouth, satisfying enough to build, not too overwhelming with the ball joints. I sometimes do not enjoy those. This is enough still to strike terror into these minifigures, though they could just as easily probably feed it some meat, give it a cow, train it up and fly it around as a battle beast of their own. So that does finish and round off this particular set. The dragon there. Now, we were having conversation in the live chat, is a 2-legged dragon. You know, where does that come from? We did have mention by one of our viewers, Frank, that wyverns have 2 feet, and I tend to believe him because he knows his stuff. But yeah, it is actually referred to as a dragon in the build when they talk about it. But at the end of the day, this was a beautiful set. I'm so glad I've got it, and I really hope that this is a benchmark that people will go, I want this set and I want more classic sets, because I tell you right now, I would love, love, love to see some more classic space sets coming out our way. They would be an absolute gift to see more of those smiling astronaut faces. But for now, we've got ourselves a castle again. There's some great castles on Lego Ideas. Make sure you support them. And in the meantime, if you haven't done so, guys, click subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and please do give me the thumbs up and share it with your friends. Till next time, happy building, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. All right, guys, so that is the review process done. So you've been here and you've seen that. Hopefully you did enjoy it. I left out the well. We always make a mistake, and who really cares? It's a well that doesn't function. But in any case, guys, I am going to call it quits. It's been a massive build. I hope that you guys enjoyed this as much as I did showing you. And until next time, as I did say on the video, be good to each other and have a happy time building. All right, guys, I'm now going to shut down the Facebook Live. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the time, guys. It's been a massive effort. You guys have done super well, and I appreciate your support. So thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon. Log on tomorrow, I would say in about, let's have a look here, in about 12 to 13 hours, and we'll be live building the Mickey and Minnie buildable figure sets. They are amazing, and I can't wait for you to see them. So let's get rid of this camera now. Thank you. All right, YouTube, thank you so much for watching, guys. I am going to, well, pretty much relax for what's left of my evening, but we will be back. We'll be doing more videos and having more fun, and we'll be seeing you again soon. So thank you for coming on this ride with me. It's never taken for granted, and I had a lot of fun building this set with you guys. You're nothing short of spectacular. Thank you so very much, and I'm ending the YouTube live stream now. Thank you.